Jasmine mentioned earlier about meditation.
Mhm.
How did that, I guess, your initial impressions on it and how you feel like it impacted you?
So starting off, at first I was like, what is this? You're going to make me sit in the dark? Great. So I think that for me is just getting comfortable with silence and getting comfortable with my body. So practicing that every rehearsal just taught me a lot about how to accept calmness or stillness in my mind. And I remember you say the mind controls the body and the body controls the mind. And so that connected me to why we would do visualization practice. So seeing the connection between meditation and visualizing carried on, because when I tried it with college students, again, it's like, why are you making me sit in the dark? But letting them get comfortable, like leaning into that discomfort, telling them like, yo, this is going to feel weird. It's going to feel awkward. But like you said, you're doing it right if you are. And trying it with kids, I don't ask them to sit in the dark.
The parents are like, what are you doing to my kids?
Why?
I know, right? No, with that one, you have to start small, hence they're small. But we do something like we take 3 deep breaths together. We say like meditation. So for me to remind myself, like, yeah, just using meditation to be a way to be comfortable with my body. And I meditate before performances still, because I realize like if I control my breath, that helps me with my performance because it helps me control my heartbeat. Who would have thunk it?
Mm.
It works. Yeah.
Dope. Thank you. Yeah, that's cool that you're doing it with kids. I do the meditating with Jordan. Just you have to do like just 10 deep breaths and then that's it, because he's like he's off onto the next thing. Anyone else about meditation?
It helps me a lot. As I've been maturing and going through my adult life, I've noticed I had more anxiety that I didn't even realize I had, because dance would kind of distract me from it. So now that I'm no longer doing that and putting myself in other creative outlets, the meditation now, anytime I do feel that anxiousness, just breathing, taking that moment just to kind of stop and like just really think why, especially like flying. I'm an anxious flyer. Shut up, Paolo. Sorry, that is my loving fiance.
It's fine.
I highly recommend it as well.
Yeah, your audio quality is actually a lot better right now.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, his idea is me smoking and I'm nah.
Okay.
Nah. But yeah, the meditation helps me a lot more than smoking, because I feel sometimes when I do smoke, I do get a little too much here.
Smoke then meditate.
Okay.
Go play video games somewhere else now. Sorry. This is my life. I have someone who makes fun of me just as much as you two.
All right. Anyone else about meditation?
Well, for me, honestly, I didn't really understood it until recently. I say like this past 2 years, where I revisited on my own, because I was at one point in my life, I got so cramped with everything that I was building on top of my plate. Mm-hmm. And I just needed that quick moment of just dead silence and really gather my thoughts and reorganize everything that's in front of me, so that I could be at, like I can be 100% at every task that I need to attend to.
Yeah.
Form of meditation, and help myself collecting my thoughts and organizing my life. I felt like it really did help a lot.
Amen.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's cool that you revisited it, because I never expected like you as teens to be like, this is so powerful, because it's like fucking kids, you know? It's like kids.
Good again.
Yeah, they're just
Yoda.
But you guys, I don't know. I felt like it was a necessary tool to somehow ground you guys from all the things that were demanding from you guys. So, and I never expected you guys to continue it. I did wanted to use it as a tool to help build the team, especially build the main reasons to build your mental, I guess, to build your mental toughness, so to speak. Because while we were working a lot on the physical realm, a lot of the time when people, especially when you're competing, the difference in high performance is the mentality. So if it's there's lacking there, it's gonna show on stage. So yeah, anyone else on the meditation?
Kind of going off of what Calvin was saying, I also did the same in revisiting meditation a little bit later. I didn't realize how much it helped. I actually still meditate to this day now. Like when I'm having a really rough week because it's a little crazy and quick paced here, and I don't mind the chaos of living here and being in Hawaii, but it's definitely like hustle and bustle. Like if you're not working 2 jobs, like you're not making enough money to like even live and work here. So I have been revisiting that and going through my own wave of growth and learning a lot of things, and meditation has helped me just recenter, reground, and remind myself like where I need to be, how I need to just kind of focus on what's in front of me and not get so sucked into everything else. Because like when your mind runs, and for someone that's an overthinker like I am, I'm my brain's constantly in like a million different places, so it really helps me come back to where I need to be and be focused on the present and really take advantage of just breathing it all in and remembering where I'm at.
How did you get back into it? Did you just be like, fuck it, I'm going to give it a shot?
I actually got back into it with one of my friends doing guided meditations, and she brought me back into doing meditation that way. And ever since then, it's been my own practice, and I just kind of practice it. I was slowly starting out with like 21 days just to build that habit. And then now whenever I can, and I just have a couple moments, like even just taking like 3-4 quick deep breaths, like that is when I can just kind of like breathe a little bit. But when I have the time to like just sit and really take 5 minutes to myself or 10 minutes to myself, like that has really made such a big difference in my productivity and just how I carry myself and just kind of where I'm at. And it brings me back to where I need to be.
Thank you.
I actually haven't meditated in a while, but I feel like I should.
Well, you should.
It's like self-care, you know?
Yeah.
And
Well,
really taking.
well, like I said, not everyone has to do it. I mean, obviously, it's a tool. Oh yeah, Mark. Like what was your impressions of when I said we're gonna meditate? Because it's like this is not something teams usually do.
Well, I think it's different for you and I because we had a lot of experiences like in Teen Groove, and if you don't know what Teen Groove is, it's a youth group with our church. I was talking about Life Teen and how like we have that background together. So when you brought it in, like I didn't think it was crazy. I thought it was new, and I feel like being a part of so many teams, I felt like this was a tradition, something we can share that was special and no one was ever gonna like have. And I felt even till this day, like even people like not on this podcast still meditate and still share their journeys and experiences with it. And I think when you had left the team and then came back, me and Daniel, when we tried bringing it back and having you come back to teach it, I think it was just humbling for all of us. And I think that's for every team that I've been involved with, especially when they came from like homegrown teams, I think meditating is what really set the foundation for us and separated us from other teams. Yeah, and how I feel about meditating is it gave me a reason to find my center till this day. And yeah, I didn't think it was crazy at all. I loved it. I think out of all the things we talk about, all the jokes we have together, I think it's one of the things I was like completely gung-ho and it just made sense. So thanks to Zazen.
Oh yeah, Zazen meditation. Shouts out to Phil Jackson. Really?
Yeah.
What about you, Brandon? Your first time meditating? Or
My first time meditating?
Or thoughts on meditation, or however.
I like it. I think it's very, very mind cleansing almost. I think it's, I don't want to say it's underrated because like there are more and more people doing it, like especially these days, but
yeah,
I think it's a very, very useful tool, especially like how Calvin said he used it to like kind of just get that quick fix and then just get back onto his busy lifestyle. And yeah, I mean, I do want to implement it into my life more, but there's so many different types of meditation that, I don't know, I just get lost in the sauce sometimes.
All right.
Hmm?
Go ahead. Finish that.
Oh, no. I just said, like, I am a big advocate of meditation, and yeah, I mean, like, I think everybody should be doing it, or try to at least.
Yeah, I think it's a super powerful tool. I remember after I got out of jail for an entire year straight, I meditated, and that year alone was a huge shift of like, because Mark has seen me when I was super like easily pissed off. Like people would used to have to walk on eggshells to around me because you don't know what would set me off. But like that, I don't know if that's true now because I'm very subjective to my own view of the world. I don't know how people experience me, but yeah, definitely the breath. So much I can talk about meditation. I mean, it's like almost 2 hours into the podcast. We're gonna close it off with like just one more question, and then we'll sign off.
But do you mind if I ask you a question before you ask that question?
Sure. I mean, if you guys got
for like, I guess for like tips for meditation, how do you introduce meditation to somebody that hasn't really been in that field yet, or how would you personally do it?
Oh, I would look at them like, your life's a mess. Do this. I'm just kidding. Oh, honey, I'm just kidding. The way I approached it, and I think how I shared it with I heard another voice that I shared with Teen Groove and Fanbiz. I always shared the benefits of it first. It's like simple, almost like sales in a sense. Like if you're looking to perform at a higher level, if you want to be the calm in the middle of a storm, it's simple as just knowing how to focus on your breath. Because if you do not know how to focus on the simplest of things, like breathing, how can you expect yourself to perform at a super high level when you have to focus?
I see that.
So, and what about like a specific, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes?
I would say, like, for anyone who wants to start, because the thing with a lot of people is that they want to start a new habit, but a habit means stacking it on top of your busy ass life already. So people try to take on too much. I'm going to meditate 30 minutes a day. But that means taking away 30 minutes from your daily life. So I always go with a low barrier of entry that makes you consistent. So is it 1 minute a day? Cool. Just do it with 1 minute. If is it 5 minutes a day? Cool. Is it 1 minute a week, 3 minutes a week? Find something that you can be consistent with, that you can give yourself a win. That is so stupid easy. You can't come up with a fucking excuse to not do it. Because if it's too hard, yeah. Because if I tell you like, all right, Brandon, let's fucking do this windmill right now. No way in hell. Like, for me, I still don't meditate at 30 minutes because I got all of us are fucking busy. You got shit to do. So 5 minutes is, I think, a nice. I'd say like for me is a nice place to be at. But yeah, I mean.
Well, to backpack off on what you just said right now, Emeroy, to Brandon, I feel like another way to really just get started on that practice is, at least for me, every morning when I get to my car, I turn on my car, turn off the radio, just window closed, let my car warm up. I use that quick minute or two to just close my eyes and just come up and just kind of review of what my day looks like ahead of me. So kind of come up with a game plan of somewhat of a production schedule. Like for me, that's like a form of meditation, so that I know what's ahead of me and I'm not just like doing things like on the spot. You know?
Yeah. So like you're really visualizing your day. I do that. I like doing that before I go to sleep because it's like it helps. For me, like especially us, like you guys, like it helps to, like you said, know what's next instead of trying to figure it out. Almost like your life is choreographed.
Yeah,
in a sense.
basically.
You're like manifesting in it.
Yeah,